Welcome to my video of the 2024 Flint Hills Gravel Race in Americus, Kansas. I participated in the 88-mile challenge course this year, which was really an amazing route. About the last 30 miles was battling into a 20+ mile an hour sustained headwind, with gusts getting up into the 40s. There are a lot of wide open spaces along the course that have just great, pretty views. The route this year had some really long, fast downhills. This one specifically was near Lake Kaloha. Combining this downhill with the tailwind, speeds got up really close to 40 miles an hour. The only bad part about this descent is you went into some nice, thick, fresh white rock at the bottom. I slowed down a bit, but you can see others, they were just full send mode. Got a nice paved section going across the dam of the lake, and then continued around the lake and got to see multiple other views of the lake as we were going. My camera angle was picking up my aero bars in the video all day long, and so you get to see my hands once in a while as I got into the aero bars. I'm typically not an aero bar person, but I threw them on before this race because of the high winds, and was very grateful to have them as I was going head on into 20+ mile an hour winds. Here's a section that you get some pretty chunky rock, and you can also see the fields that had burned on both sides of the roads. And then there's multiple areas that have these minimum maintenance type roads that you see a little bit of grass growing in the middle, but they were really in good shape despite having to keep an eye on where the big rocks were. Here's another section of a really long downhill that goes into a long flat that lets you spin pretty easy and keep your speed up. There were also multiple areas that had what I call this dark dirt road. And if there had been some rain in the area, there were quite a few of these what would have been high water crossings that were really just concrete at the bottom of the hill. In blue here is Ty from YouTube channel Ty's Rides. He was taking a video as he went by. Here's 12-year-old Conrad passing me. His dad yells drops as they hit the hill, and he went into his drops and they dropped me. I passed them a couple times while they were on the side of the road, I think repairing flats. Unfortunately, when they passed me, I was actually riding. Here we had about a mile section of this rutted out MMR. The vehicle must have made it all the way through because the ruts went all the way. Luckily, there was a nice clear path all the way on the left-hand side. Had a couple pretty chunky, pretty steep climbs. I try to find a clear path and I'm just back and forth. Probably better off just going straight. This was a pretty great view. As you came over the hill, you just saw burned fields as far as the eye can see. Here we are again with me getting passed by a 12-year-old. This was right after turning south into the 20+ mile an hour headwind. The rest of the day would either be headwind or crosswind, with the majority of it being headwind. It's kind of hard to see, but this is Dad giving his son a push up the hill. And then one of a few times that we had fire actually burning on the side of the road, a little dead wood smoldering there still. One point turned out of the headwind into a crosswind and had a decent old paved road out in the middle of nowhere. This great event is almost over for me as I hit the paved road heading into the finish line. It really was a great event, and I'll be heading back to the Flint Hills at some point to do this race again. Welcome back to Dave Cook. Thank you, Bobby Thompson and crew, for putting on such a great event.